for me personally, I was just like mentally, like even during the school day, don't do this, kids. During school day, I would just like kind of like zone out and just be like, oh, what do I have to do? What do I have to do?
Yes.
It's just kind of one like big like, okay, I do this, do until I can finally stop after bows.
I'm the type where like being on stage isn't really like the nerve-wracking part. I think if anything, I had more anxiety being crew and being backstage.
Once we were done setting everything up backstage, I just went to the auditorium to watch it. But I would say I was a little bit nervous for everyone else, not because I didn't have like faith in them or anything. Obviously, I know you guys are wonderful, but like it's a big show and there's a lot of pressure, but mostly I was just really really excited to finally see it on stage, to see this show that everyone had put so much effort into. I was really excited to see it come together.
So the start of like the show was all blurred together for me. Like I remember doing like traditions and getting people into mics and stuff. But like once I get like to the point where I'm on stage or like even just like backstage between scenes, it's just kind of like going with the flow. It all just like goes together and I'm not like too stressed about it.
I mean, I always get like really nervous during or even right before performances. I was really excited, and then it didn't hit me until like after the last show that it was our last show. So that was like, it was very emotional, and it was an emotional show in itself. You have to put so much of yourself into that performance, whether you're singing, dancing, and that emotion. It's like you just have to be in it. So I was very nervous building up to opening night. I was stressed. I'm like, okay, it's happening, it's normal. But I felt like less, oh my God, I cannot go on stage, I'm gonna throw up and cry, than I usually do. Just because it was like, I was like, no, I got this. It's just like, does it all come together? How's the audience pulling this off? I was very much like in the show when I was in it. I think I still am. Like, I miss it so much. It was such a good show.
I think especially opening night, we definitely felt it a lot. Because I remember your dad literally had to tell us to like tone it down because we were feeling the energy.
We were getting really loud. The band had to overplay to catch us.
Yeah. And then also, I know at least we had a major endorsement from Mr. Ferrara because he watched it and literally was like, guys, he told the band was like, you have to come see the show. And he played part of like the soundtrack to us. And I was like, the best endorsement you can have is from like your teacher like genuinely enjoying it. So
and then and so I always say I wasn't banned for that, but in jazz band he did the same thing, like, oh, you guys gotta see it, it's amazing. And he told me, like, you know, the whole time I was just expecting to have to, like, you know, like there would be like a dead moment and like, you know, I'd reach my phone, check the time, whatever, but he's like, it never came. There was never a dead moment. It was just like heartbreaking tone and song one after another. And then he's like, that was the best performance I've ever seen you guys do. In general, what I've noticed is these shows is like, once we kind of figure out, you know, what went wrong in the opening night show, let's fix that. But then it's just kind of the same show. But for this one, we kept adding stuff.
I felt like the energy overall felt like it stayed vaguely around the same, which, I mean, again, like this show we felt so much already, so that energy that we brought to that opening night was way more than we usually would ever bring to an opening night.
I was more excited for the second one because after doing it once, then I know like what I need to like work on or like what was going already good.
Second show, I lost my voice because I got sick.
We both did. Yeah.
So I was kind of panicking the whole time beforehand.
Yeah, like I was like, I knew what I was doing. Like I got on stage, but like the only thing that I was like, oh, this isn't coming out is my voice. I'm like, why isn't it working? Like that's what panicked me the most. It was just like me in my head being like, oh, this isn't going well. Like I can't sing. And it was just like, I still had fun, but like I still had that thought in the back of my mind, like, oh, this isn't like how I wanted it to go. It's like not as good as yesterday, but it's still a show, you know?
Starting Epic 1, I played that first chord and I like had a panic attack because I'm like, oh my God, it's flat. It's really flat. So I like looked over to Soren. I'm like, help, send help, because it's just me. It's just me playing. I'm like, send Fletcher, send the actual guitarist. And then I like tried to tune it for Epic 2. It was a little better. And then finally Epic 3, like I was like, nope, I don't care. I'm tuning it on stage. So like, JT's staring me down, then I go down the stairs and I've got that awkward drum vamp. And then I pick up the guitar and I'm getting ready. So I just did it by ear. I just like went down all 6 strings and then tune. I'm like, now we're good. And then I'm like, all right, let's do this. And I played that first chord. And it was like, all right,
Thank God.
now we can go.
The show went extremely well. That one, as I recall, was the highest energy show. There were very few mess-ups at all throughout all of it. It went so well, especially at the end. I think it was Maria who kind of organized like the big group hug at the end. But like, it was so great. We, instead of leaving, we all just kind of gathered around on stage. It was great.
Yeah, I do think everyone had a lot more energy. Everyone was really excited to do the show one last time. People were like sad about it ending, but overall it was a good day.
I mean, I don't like realize things until we're at the end of it. Like, I didn't even realize I was graduating when I was graduating. I'm like, it hasn't clicked yet. It still hasn't really clicked. But we were on stage, and during Epic 3, it was just like, it's always a very emotional moment, and you're ramping yourself up to be emotional, to act it out. But that last night, and then JT looked back, and he clearly was like trying to hold in a tear for a good moment. But I'm like, just let it out. I look over at Allie. I see everyone on stage, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm never gonna do this again. And I lost it. Absolutely lost it. I had the most fun ever though, because I was hooting and hollering up there. I was jumping around. I felt it the next day. I really did. But like, it's such a good show to go out on. Like, that was a really good like last hurrah. I had a blast. I like literally don't think I've ever had that much just going on stage in my body at once. Like, everything was going off. I was locked in emotionally and physically. I'm moving around, I'm acting, I'm singing, like, but it all just came together. It all just came naturally, and I was ready to full send it.
Oh my God, raise our cups last night. Oh.
The bows after a final show are always really hard.
Yeah.
But I think what our production team did on the very last show on that Saturday was they all got their little cups and they gave them out to the audience. And in the final song after the bows, we raise our cups. They all, tearing up thinking about it, they all came and they went down the aisles and they raised our cups to us, and it was just like unbelievable. I started crying. I think almost everybody on stage started crying, but it was just such a magical moment, and the audience did it too, and it was just really amazing to see just how proud of us they were, and it really like brought it all together, especially because the seniors are leaving, and Chloe, our wonderful, incredible Persephone, was the one singing that with Claire, our Eurydice, and it was just a mind-blowing moment, like probably one of my favorite memories ever.
The entire show, it was really, really well done. Our rehearsals were well spent. We had so much time to really finalize things. We had costumes. Then all of a sudden the band's coming in, and I think my favorite parts were the first time rehearsing with the band, because like Sitz Probe is always fun. You're like, oh my God, I get to hear it without it being timed on the track to us. But the band was so good, and hearing like that kind of brass sound that you don't really get in the shows that we've done before, and like all of this just coming together, it sounded so cool. It was so exciting to do.
There's this like little room like backstage, that like where we go into to like enter. We all started practicing our harmonies in there, and like something just like clicked when we did that.
Yeah, that was like the day that we became the Fates.
There's a photo of Vivian, my little sibling, and I with electric drills held up like we're in an action movie together, and just like that general kind of like we're getting stuff done, but we're having fun, we're chatting. That kind of stuff is it's really valuable.
Last night, Epic 3. And like,
oh yeah,
I've always loved that song, but like especially the last night. So I start singing like the La La La's apart from everyone else, and then everyone, well, the acapella section especially, and then I can hear everyone behind me, and like I can see everyone that I've ever cared about behind me, and then I look over to the left, and there's Soren, and there's Mrs. Perkins, and there's my dad, and then like like even Em's up on the stairs, and then like I'm looking out at the audience, and I see the rest of the production team by the mixer, and I'm like, oh my god, like this is like everyone I love in the same room right now, and like we're all feeling this moment, and that was a really special moment for me.
How do I feel about Lamplighters? Of course I love it. I love it here. The different ways that we're allowed to express ourselves is absolutely eye-opening. Because we do musicals, of course. We've done plays. There's a senior this year who's putting on her own show that she wrote, which is so, so cool.
I love it. When I got to high school, I was coming off of like a full year of isolation and COVID, and I kind of just stumbled in here. Like I had done drama in middle school, and I knew that I wanted to do something with it in high school. But I got here, and when I did my first show, I kind of knew that like I was never gonna leave. These are the people I want to be around. This is the environment I want to be around, and it's like a second family.
Lamplighters is so important to me just because I've met so many of my greatest friends through this program, and I've just gotten to do something I really enjoy, and it's like a creative outlet for me. I feel like it's helped me a lot to kind of be more outgoing with people.
I think the Lamplighters Drama Guild is like a place of comfort for a lot of people, and that's one of the things I love most about the guild.
All of the ways that we're allowed to express ourselves in rehearsals, on the stage. It is an environment where everyone who is there has a space to grow. No matter who they are or where they're coming from, they can step into the room and have a family and grow with them.
Theater is an ancient art. Theater is a communal art. The audience and the cast and the crew come into a space together, and they decide to agree to pretend together for a brief amount of time that the world on stage exists. And if you can achieve that, if you've grabbed the audience to the extent that it feels like Hadestown exists, that is when your mind and your soul are open to being affected by the story that is happening on stage.